WikiLeaks, your baby, has, in the last few years, has released more classified documents than the rest of the world's media combined. Can that possibly be true?
Yeah, can it possibly be true? It's a worry, isn't it? That the rest of the world's media is doing such a bad job that a little group of activists is able to release more of that type of information than the rest of the world press combined.
He introduced the idea of scientific journalism. The second thing that Julian has said about Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is the real Occupy Wall Street. Now, the reference might be lost on some of you because some of you are quite young, but Occupy Wall Street came about in 2011, and it was a movement in which literally people occupied Wall Street.
Are you ready for a political revolution? The candidate who wins here in California is going to win the Democratic nomination, and with your help, let's do it. This is the wealthiest country in the world. We should not have 40 million people living in poverty. But at the end of the day, the 1% is 1%. We are 99%.
Bernie comes over to an anti-war protester, and instead of answering the anti-war protester's question, Bernie Sanders says, "Who's paying you?"
Let me ask you a question.
Why?
Who's paying you?
No one.
Who is paying you?
No one.
Be honest, man.
No one. The people are paying me, Bernie. Why does someone have to be paid by Russia or someone else to oppose the war, Bernie?
So he takes individual contributions of people who work at corporations.
Okay.
And so if you see that, you'll see a lot of individual corporate, contributions from people who work
So he goes along with the war machine, and he goes along with Wall Street right now. He's doing all that without taking money from them?
On November 17th, 2018, a call to peacefully protest was made, and to the surprise of the protesters themselves, tens of thousands of people went to the Paris streets to protest the hike in the diesel tax, which was the trigger event. It is really a protest against the growing wealth inequality that had been developing over time.
People assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had, and everything will be normal again in how we are used to normal, in the old fashion. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen.
This is ID cards by the back door, isn't it?
Congress has the option to take the vaccine. Federal court system has the option to take the vaccine. Everybody else federally has to take the vaccine, no matter what, or you're losing your job.
As a combat medic, it doesn't sit right with me. I've looked into it, and mRNA doesn't make sense.
Officials say that 1/3 of the U.S. Army just quit due to your vaccine mandate.
We are living in a period of American history that is very strange. It's over, but we are all, even those of us in this room, engaged in a massive process of denial.
And it was very controversial because he wasn't saying don't try to save the planet, but he was saying the only reason you're trying to save the planet is because you're trying to save your life, your convenient life. Like, let's just get real about it.
Ego. Yeah.
What Whitney just said, it blossomed in the 80s. One of the reasons it blossomed in the 80s is essentially the intelligence and organized crime syndicates were teamed up with Wall Street in using taxpayers' credit, the federal credit to be part of these financial frauds.
Now there's a whole network of financial criminals and bankers and other people that have enabled that and protected that. They're looting us clean. And now that people are about to figure it out and the economy is going to collapse, and it could be Occupy Wall Street repeated on a massive scale that could actually bring the system down.
If you're willing to face it, there are real solutions that don't require, slavery and CBDC.
There's
so many different things that we have to work on simultaneously, and I think we're capable of doing that.
I'm an advocate for worker cooperatives.
I think worker cooperatives are phenomenal, and the more of that sort of structure we have, the better off we'd be.
We have to build this thing from the bottom up, county by county, city by city. That means we have to become organizers. We have to be activists. I go to bed at night with a big smile on my face, in spite of all the bad news.